Hey, it's Joe from supplementclarity.com. Today, let's talk about whether rosemary can improve your memory. Let's take a look at the research, the results of that research, and some side effects you should be thinking about. And I'm going to sum it all up with my thoughts at the end. Let's begin our investigation by looking at this interesting study here, the short-term study of the effects of rosemary on brain function, memory in older adults. This is an interesting investigation. It involves 28 older people. They're in their 70s, 75 and up. They break them up into either a group that gets a placebo or they take 4 different dosages of rosemary ranging from 750 milligrams to 6,000 milligrams, 6 grams a day. They find something very interesting. The lowest dose, 750 milligrams of rosemary, was effective, significantly beneficial, effective at improving memory, but the higher dose was not. In fact, the highest dose used, 6,000 milligrams of rosemary, actually impaired memory. So when you took the lowest dose, 750, you had apparently an improvement in the speed of memory, but at the 6,000 milligram dose, you had just the opposite effect. I think this study is very interesting because it does call attention that sometimes dosage does matter and more is not better. Let's move on from here. So then we have this investigation. So here we have a study of rosemary on memory, anxiety, depression, and sleep in college students. So we have 68 college students. They're given either a placebo or 500 milligrams of rosemary twice a day for 1 month. I'll call your attention, they took it twice a day. That's 1,000 milligrams of rosemary each day they took. They spread it out during the day. These researchers also find rosemary could actually be effective at improving memory as well as reducing anxiety and depression as well. I'll stick a pin in that and take a look at that in a future video. But again, there's another study appears to be showing that rosemary helps memory. And then we come to this very interesting investigation. So here we have a study of a combination of herbs. We have sage, rosemary, and what they're calling Melissa. That's what I know better as lemon balm. So they're giving people either a placebo or a combination of rosemary, sage, and lemon balm. 44 healthy people are involved in this investigation. They find that in those who were younger than the age of 63, the combination of rosemary, sage, and lemon balm did in fact improve word recall after a period of time. So they memorized a bunch of words and they gave a period of time to take a break and then they came back to those words again. So word recall appeared to be improved, but only in those younger than the age of 63. I will point out that because they used a combination of rosemary, sage, and lemon balm, we do not know what was responsible for this improvement. Was it the sage, rosemary, or was it the lemon balm? We just don't know, and that's one of the problems with this study. And then we come to this study. This is actually an investigation of rosemary oil, the essential oil, rosemary oil. So 36 healthy people, keep that in the back of your mind, they're healthy, and they're given either, as they say here, 50 microliters of rosemary or placebo. Most people don't look at it as microliters. I did the math. This is 0.05 milliliters. So if you're using a essential oil, that probably will dose it out in milliliters. So it's 0.05 milliliters of rosemary oil. And they use it orally, by the way. And they do note that the consumption of rosemary oil led to significant improvements in memory, attention to tasks, as well as it reduced fatigue and even improved alertness as well. So pretty interesting stuff for rosemary oil. So in terms of side effects, a couple things you should be aware of if you're going to try this or any other herbal product. I do think you should talk to your doctor if you take any medications or have any health problems. There is some preliminary data that certain people may not be appropriate for rosemary. And then I'd also call your attention to the fact that if you are pregnant, you absolutely want to talk to your doctor and pharmacist before you take rosemary. Some preliminary evidence suggests it may not be safe to take if you are pregnant. So what does all this stuff mean? So I would say the preliminary evidence for rosemary and memory is positive. I would point out that most studies involve healthy people and the studies appear to be rather small in numbers. So I do believe we need larger, better conducted studies to get a better idea of whether rosemary is helping memory or not. I would also say that memory, as you might know, is complicated, and so if you're going to use rosemary to improve your memory, you should combine it with other things like, yes, exercise, it can improve memory. Watch your stress. I know that can be difficult for some of us. Get better sleep. That can also be challenging. And also combine rosemary with eating a better diet, which means a more plant-based diet. Don't have to go full vegan, but it should contain a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, colorful foods which contain natural antioxidant compounds, which can help support memory. So there you have it. Have you tried rosemary to help your memory? If you have, leave a comment below. If you have any other questions, leave them below. I'll answer them myself. Until next time, I'm Joe from selfmcclary.com. Talk to you later. Take care.